Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is the Rise of a Nation, it is episode 118, and today we have the first knockout round against Bayer 04 in the Europa League. We haven't been here in a while, a few years to be precise. Last time we were here, we played Valencia and we got through that. For those that don't remember, back probably about 15, 20 episodes ago, we were in the Europa League after going out third in the group stage of the Champions League, I reckon. Not that far, and we got through that year. I reckon it's this year here. Yes, it is. As you can see, we drew Valencia that year in the first leg, first round. We had a weaker squad than definitely what we do now, and that Valencia on paper are a harder team, and we got through that tie. We then obviously beat Lazio in a penalty shootout, our first ever penalty shootout, and our only ever penalty shootout in terms of European competitions here at SFB. In the end, I think Munizaga was the hero that day, wasn't he? Yes, he was. We then obviously got absolutely spanked by Milan, but since then, we have a very good record against Milan, and we're one of the teams that have been spanking Milan all over Europe. Something that we can say, but unfortunately not brag about, because they're still in the Champions League, I believe, and we are out. Anyhow, go back to the modern day. We are still undefeated in the league. We have last met, we played some friendlies. The 4-4-2 looked good. Beat AGF, beat OB, but our curse of not winning the game before playing in Europe has continued. We dominated Bromby, and somehow, we have not won. 30 seconds in, they tackled the ball. It fell the penalty in the 6-yard box, and how they always fly in when there's Barcelona against me, or Madrid against me, or, you know, let's see, Bayern against me, or PSG against me. Penna put it straight at the keeper, who made a great save. Since then, the game just didn't give us a highlight, really. The game just petered out over 2 hours. I was like, wow. I was tempted to rotate as well. We decided to go full strength because Bromby defeated us in this same game last year, 1-0, in very similar fashion, where we dominated but didn't have enough highlights, I thought. You know, we had 18, 20 shots, and they had 3 shots, 1 on target. The 1 on target went in late doors, and we lost and depleted our undefeated season. Whilst we're undefeated still in the league, I'm still going to talk about it. This is the most draws we've ever had in our time in the top flight. 13 wins, 6 draws. The title isn't out of reach for anybody, really, because if we start dropping games all of a sudden, which you don't think is going to happen, but it may, especially with us being in Europe, and if we run deep in Europe, we could be rotating and dropping games. The league isn't over for the likes of Nords, Copenhagen, Midtjylland, you would imagine, and even Bromby, who are 10 points back. Let's just look here. You know, we only had 3 draws here, 1 draw here, 2 losses, 2-2, 4-1, 5-3, 5-4, and in our first year, 5-8 and 4-8. So there you go, right? So judging by that, this is by far probably our worst year in terms of in terms of results in the league, technically speaking, because we've dropped the most amount of games like that we could have in the first half of the year before the championship group. But also, you would expect the team who's undefeated to nearly have the league wrapped up by now. The fact that we've drawn 6 games, and out of those 6, I think 5 we have deserved to win. There was a game against Copenhagen that was very even, that I'm happy that was ended up in a draw. But yeah, a couple more FMings, a couple more draws, and Nords and Copenhagen win. And all of a sudden, they eat back probably, 4 or 5 points. The league's all of a sudden on again. We haven't been in this position where 19 games in, I'm like, oh, the league's still in danger. Usually, the last couple of years, I'm like, oh, I've lost the game by now, but, I've won everything else. I'm clear by enough. This year, it has not happened. Nords, Copenhagen, Midtjylland, and Bromby keep drawing to each other, and that they keep winning the rest of the games. I'm not saying I'm getting nervous about the league, but the fact that we're still undefeated makes me nervous for the fact I want an undefeated season. But B, more worryingly, as I change formation again, we're still in the 4-4-2 that you've last seen, but we've changed formation twice or 3 times this year. We've had 6 draws. If I can't settle on something soon, I'm hoping it's this 4-4-2. The league could be in serious danger, and I'm just going to have to pick something and go with it. In the end, I would much rather going deep in Europe than staying undefeated in the league. That is definitely something else. I would rather make the semi-final here, lose 2 games in the league, but win the rest, win the league, right? But go and make the semi-final here in the Europa League. Now, in terms of the squad, we have made 1 sale, no real ins. The ins here have been Pul Abad, who I did highlight and touch on. How we loaned him straight away to Zaragoza as well, who you've come in and said they'll be first choice goalkeeper here in the first division. He did not play though in their last game, which is annoying considering I loaned him there. He is, however, developing quite nicely. This is the whole reason we loaned him there. is that a kid who's 18, who's 3-star with 5-star potential, right? If he goes and plays coming from Uruguay in Spain for 6 months, the amount of potential that he could grow could be significant. And if that happens, we could have quite the goalkeeper on our hands. So hopefully Paul Abad can do it, because there's every other day that when Zaga leaves, we would have a keeper. Also, can be said about Texema Ben Texega, I can't know. Texema was worth, a release fee of 500k. Nords came in as soon as we bought him and said, hey, we'll take him as an important player. I've decided to do it. I did want to keep him around because I was lacking cover, but at the same stage, I think more times than not in the league, even if I've rotated fully and had a couple of people playing at the back, like Tremble or that, we should be okay. However, in saying that, if there is an injury, I probably will be recalling Texema straight away. But for me, great prospect, 500k, 5-star potential. If he hits that, great. I hope he goes to Nords and plays well and grows. He has played okay so far, which is nice. But the only 2 sales to really talk about. On the ins, though, on the outs, though, we did make 1 sale. It made sense considering this is the system that we've gone with. Vieira got 13.5 mil bid, 14 mil over clause from Club Bruges. But also we get 20% or whatever he sells on for next. Look, Club Bruges are a very reputable club. He's worth about that much. Look, don't get me wrong, he's decent. I liked him. Just if we're going to move to inverted wing backs, he's not an inverted wing back. It does mean we might look for a left footer that is either very young that plays left back that we can train to play right back like we've done with Ibe, who is on the bench, and I'll show you what we've done with Ibe. We've got him already accomplished and could be significantly improved to a natural at left back, and he's only 18, which is good. Or we buy someone that's like that out there just as backup, just in case there is an injury. I think Yepi can play the role really well, just he's right-footed. I would rather have a left footer on the right-hand side if we're going to play this system. Which, look, for me, the system is the one that's worked the best so far this year. Since the patch, it's looked like the system that does enough. We beat Dynamo 8-0. Vigil and Vidball, we did well. The friendlies went to plan. And, bar the Bromby game, everything's kind of gone to plan since it happened. Even drawing 0-0 to PSG with 10 men was really good. Now, we've got Bayer 04. Let's focus on them. They're having a very poor year in the Bundesliga. I highlighted that. And it has continued. They lost to Dortmund, beat Mainz and Augsburg, and then they lost to Leipzig in the Cup, drew to Freiburg, and then lost to Bayern and played a full-strength side. And really, hang on a second, it was 2-2 there, wasn't it? Yep, they made it 2-2 and Bayern scored from kickoff. Beautiful, even better, right? For me, judging that they're 14th, we've played Valencia in this tie before in the first knockout round and we beat them. We've played harder teams and beaten them in the past here in Denmark. We really should go out here, look to dominate with the full string side, and hopefully take a lead back to Germany where we just do the business. I said at the time it's one of those iffy ties. Looking back at it now, this is a tie that I expect us to win. If we have progressed, like I think we have, and if we are as good as I think we can be, we should do well. Only thing for me to say about that is that Henderson is playing centre-back only because we do have Sanchez suspended. He will be back for the game in Germany. Look, we want no suspensions here, no injuries. Go out there, complete performance, win the game, perfect. Your lineup is Munizaga, Tremble, Ortiz, Henderson, and Neff's been weird with his growth. 1 minute he's 4-star, next minute he's 2.5-star. I can't tell you which one it is. I still rate the guy. Yep, he's playing right wing because I love him there. I prefer him there over Frank, who gives me the option either side. Frank is also on the bench as well. We're going to go with Orbest. Paddy Horn is looking really good, been developing really well. Of course, there's no upward arrows, but he has been. I just prefer him over the M&M in this role. Jefferson there on left wing. Do prefer him as an inverted winger up here, but it is what it is. But the big boys are up top. Lars and Penner are unreal. Bayer 04 put a 33 mil bid on deadline day for Penner. I said no, mainly because they're there. He has a 40 mil release fee, and if they hit that, we would not have no choice. Penner, however, was not interested in the move. Lars, we rejected some big bids as well, got him up to about 20 million from Salzburg, as in Leipzig. We had big bids for Ortiz and Sanchez as well in the regions of over 20 million as well. And Munizaga had a very small bid from PSG for 13 million, considering as a 60 mil, now 80 mil release fees, I'm tying him down to another contract. Very poor indeed. But look, it is the Europa League. It is a chance to go out there and, just really give it our shot. I personally think this could be one of a very last few chances, if not the last chance to win this competition. I feel like we're at a stage now that if we just got the right players in, we would probably never finish out of the top 2 of a group stage in the Champions League again. I feel like we're at the stage now in the save that we're never going to finish second or third, which will give us a chance to screw the pooch and be in the Europa League. We're always going to be in the group stage of the Champions League now. It's now the fact that unless we get another group of death in the next couple of years, we'll probably get to a stage that we're going to get through the group every single year in the Champions League, and we're never going to get a chance to win the Europa League. I really think this is one of the last few, if not the last chance to win the Europa League. I know it's a bit of pressure to take on board, but look, if we have progressed, we should get through this tie. Not easy, but not hard. We should win and hopefully keep a clean sheet here and then look to win in Germany, right? And we really should look to be making semi-finals plus here of this competition. The board expect the second round as well, so it kind of shows you that they expect us to beat Bayero 4 as well. In the end, we're at full strength, bar Sanchez, and I think we can do it. At home, it'll be interesting to see what sort of lineup they have. They're missing one player, but he's not the worst, but not the greatest. He probably could have played for them, but we'll recap the team that Bayero 4 have. Reece James is captain there as well. The names here I don't really recognise in terms of regions going around, which I guess is a good thing. And we'll see who else is out there, and we are going to see what we can do. We're also playing Bayero 4 back-to-back. No game in the league, which is perfect for us, which gives us a little bit of rest and a chance to go in and do our thing. We are going to go and press and do what we do. They have Dominic in goals. He's a very decent keeper, very good shot stopper, the Bayero 4. Reece James is still quite experienced and quite quick and still good at what he does. He is surplus to requirements and is leaving. I tell you what, if he wants a wage cut, I could definitely bring him in at right back. I know that might sound a little bit, but he's good. Anyway, Daniel Muller there, 9 mil German, looks pretty decent, that's for sure. This guy here we have to get at. Danko's not 100% developed. I think we can pin ourselves on him, right? And look, Penner and Lars should be giving a guy a bit of a torrid time like this, you know. He's got great tackling, but he doesn't have the best of marking. Who knows what we can do? Paulo Claudino looks pretty good as a fullback. He's pretty quick, plucky, right? Bolty is not bad in the middle of the park. Not the greatest, but not the worst. Definitely is okay. You know, what I've seen so far is players that are very well-rounded, very decent, but they're not, oh my God, superstars. You know, in the end, the midfielder there, yet again, you know, very good on the ball, good technician, but lacks a little bit of vision, lacks a little bit of speed. Could maybe look at that. That is a pretty good right winger there, the 29-year-old. He is pretty class. The 29-year-old worth 51 million. Definitely Yan looks good. The 28-year-old in the middle there as well is not too bad as well. They look decent going forward. They look a little bit suspect at the back bar Reece James, but going forward, they have got pace and they've got technical ability. And in the end, the striker in Adam is very good indeed and can finish with that 15 composure. Felix is in goals. Setic is okay, the Bosnian with a little bit of potential. Unana's a little off player. He looks very good, the experienced midfielder, to be fair. I'm glad he's not starting. Pedri as well is there too. Highly recommend him if you can pick him up early on in your saves. The 28-year-old there looks pretty decent, but not the greatest. And Moha as well is a 20-year-old with a lot of potential. I think if you look at the two teams, I think we've got a better squad. And I definitely think we have the better bench that can influence a game where theirs is a little bit, but I do feel like they have some key players and key areas that can do us some damage. If I'm predicting a score, I predict we win 3-1. What's your prediction in the chat? Give me one, AJ. Give me one, Dim. Give me them all, Baggio. Give me them all. Hopefully, Munizaga does not concede here today. A clean sheet would be ideal. A 1-0 and a clean sheet right now, I would take it and run to Germany with that in my hand. In the end, hopefully we'll be okay. Their form has been suspect. Our form has been great, bar the draw to Bromby. Are we going to go out here and perform to the best of our abilities? Are we going to be what we usually are in Denmark? A fortress, a place where teams hate to come? Or is it going to be another one of these first knockout round games where we don't turn up and we don't win? Away we go, and it's Eugene Neff, still with a long throw, cleared away, and in the end, Paddy Horn is going to recycle, and we have a first highlight 3 minutes in. Neff finds the ball, looks in for Orbrecht, Tremble now, looks for Penner, takes a touch, and what a save from the keeper. It's going to happen again, isn't it? I get PTSD every time we start missing chances early. And in the end, it's 0-0 4 minutes in. It's a big moment, a big chance. Unfortunately for us, it has not found the way of the back of the net. In the end, it's going to be the end of the highlight. Big moment early on. And just like Dortmund last year in the first knockout round of the Champions League, we missed 3 massive chances in the first leg before we then conceded. And now they are on the break with Philemon, who beats one. He gets into the box. In the end, what a tackle. Falls back to him though. And it's still there. Neff tackles. Referee keeps the whistle in his mouth. It's cleared. The ball's gone out of play. It's a throw. That's a weird highlight, FM. That is giving me some PTSD. Wow, it's a throw-in for them again now, and it's going to be Reece James. It's a very interesting start out there. Throw-in. Can we pick it off? We don't. Philemon, big chance. Hits it. Just wide, and it was nearly a away goal for Biro 4. We've started okay, but they're dominating the ball. At the moment, though, very end-to-end, which is not what we want. 20 minutes play. We're failing to do the business, really. But chances are coming. We know all we need is one goal here. All we need is one goal, and we force them. Anyway, Albrecht on the half volley. Lars does well to even make a contest. Albrecht does well to make that a contest. And in the end, it's a long ball. Penner. What a ball from Horn. What a ball. Paddy Horn, take a bow. We bought the Scotsman in for big money this year. In the biggest game this season so far, he has delivered. In the end, it never should have been our highlight. It was pretty poor. We moved it around poorly. In the end, Horn looked for the diagonal run of Penner. What a touch. What a finish. What a goal. A little bit of Route 1. We don't care. 27 minutes in, we lead in Denmark. And it is 1-0 against a Bundesliga opposition. Unlike last year where we tried it against Dortmund, this year we have got the lead. Can we now keep it? We may have led against Dortmund anyway, and then they scored 3, but who knows. Anyway, highlight inside. Vidal hits just wide. Vanel hits, not Vidal. And in the end, 1-0. They have looked plucky. They have looked dangerous. We need a second. I'm telling you that right now. We need a second. Poor ball. Yep, he does well. He doesn't miss those. Lars now beats one. Goes for goal. It's well wide. He probably could have had another touch or two. In the end, very end-to-end like I've said. 1-0 at the moment. Corner. We're good from these. Come on. Jefferson. Yeppy. Wait for Jefferson. Penner. Hit it. Oh my God. Why did you not shoot? In the end, Jefferson. Yeppy. Whip it now. Penner. Touches. Blocks. It was too long. Penner had to hit, or it had to be, back in there again with a whipped ball. That had to be hit by Penner or whipped ball, and now it's a throw-in down the other end. This game is end-to-end. Reece James now on it. Still going. Cuts inside. Straveru. Boletti. Good tackle from Paddy, but it's got to fall to Reece James. And the 32-year-old elder statesman with a ball, not a great ball. Muni Zaga picks it up. We're good from the back. Ortiz, great on the ball. He finds Tremble. He looks forward and he looks inside. He looks for Lars. Finds him. Penner now. Beats one. Still going. Has two around him. Goes for goal. Straight at the keeper. Look, I think we're a little bit unlucky not to be 2-0 up right now. Very even half, but a little bit unlucky. Long throws have been good for us. In the end, it is a long throw. Straight into the keeper's hands, though. Wasn't the best from Tremble. Kubik at the moment will go long. We force him long. Can we win it? Tremble does. Albrecht needs to get there first and does. Yeppy now knows how to beat a man. Instead he looks for Lars. Doesn't find him. Falls to Penner. Horn. Jefferson. First time through the keeper. He does not miss. It is 2. And Jefferson with an absolute thunderbolt that the keeper could only parry into the back of the net. And 43 minutes in, we lead 2-0 against Bayro 4. In the end, Penner does well. Horn first time in the Jefferson. Paddy Horn is having a day out in the middle of the park. The man is turning from a boy or a wonder kid into a man today. And he is running the show. And it's 2-0 as we approach half-time. And to be fair, we deserve to lead. To be honest, though, they've had a couple of hairy moments back there. But we've dealt with them enough. And in the end, 2-0 is a good place to be. Now, it's all about the clean sheet for me now. If we can get a third, great. If we can get a fourth, even better. Right? But right now, if it finished 2-0, I'd be ecstatic. 2-1, I'd be, But yeah, anyway, feel them. And they're going to come for a goal. They have to. And it's going to come within the next 10 minutes if they do score. Headed that goal over the bar. They are going to come ferociously next 10 minutes. Right? Before they start reaping changes. We need to weather the next 10 minutes. And then we might be able to pinch a third. Anyway, we force them long. That's what we want. Can we win it here? Ortiz doesn't. And now they can go here. And they've got numbers. They've got runners in the end. What a tackle by Rory Henderson. In the end, Tremble now gets on it. He looks for Penner. That's not on, though. He needs to fire it into his feet, not in the air. In the end, that's a poor ball. Penner's won that. Albrecht falls to Penner. Lucky. Beats one. Penner. What a run. Will he finish? That's why they offered 33 million and we said no. A bit of individual brilliance by Penner. It's 3-0. And as things stand, all we have to do now is just be solid and the Tigers is out to lose. Penner, just in the end, just blast through a couple. And he does not miss that. It is 3, and we are looking good out there. Throw in now. In the end, Eugene Neff, Jefferson, back in the Eugene Neff. He looks inside for Penner. Finds him. Good touch. Penner, keeper comes. It's 4. It is 4. We're in dreamland. And is this, just alone in this tie, enough to see us through? 50 minutes says yes. We still got some work to do, though. We have to see out a clean sheet first, and then we can say maybe we can relax in Germany a little. In the end, Penner, what a finish. Poor positioning by the keeper, to be honest. And in the end, it is 4-0, 50 minutes played. Penner's looked the goods out there. We are looking unreal. Who predicted this? Yeah, no one predicted it in the chat. In the end, look, if we could see 2 late ones, though, here, or 2 goals from now to the end of the game, it could be hairy. But at the same stage, 5-0 would be unreal. In the end, it's a highlight here. Fielerman. We don't keep clean sheets usually either. So, well, in Europe at least. So who knows? Anyway, Pedersen, Claudinho, Bottle. They move it around nicely. Our shape's decent though. That's a good movement. Munizaga. Nah, there's a goal. See what I mean? If they score another one, it's tie on. If they score another one, it's tie on. Just like that, a little bit of complacency has stepped in, I reckon. Good movement in the end. Henderson doesn't track the runner. Ortiz probably didn't need to step up there either. We needed maybe a Horn or an Albrez to get in. At the moment, though, Jefferson looks dead. Frank is going to come in and be the first change here. Look, it's all about this game finishing 4-1 now. 4-1, 5-1 would be nice. Their only shot on target's gone in. What's new? Look, Eugene Neff knows how to throw. In saying that, Frank is on the short and has got acres. And he finds him. Now whip it. Gets into the box. Might go for goal when he does. And Frank off the bench scores. If they're going to come and just leave people in the box, know we got the long throw, go short. It doesn't bother me. Frank scores. It's 5-1. And in the end, if you're going to give Frank that much time, he's still quite deadly coming off the bench. Drops the shoulder, beats one man. And in the end, that is 5. It should be tie over. But if they scored a second, you just never know. Because they could win 3-0 at home and go through. But I think 5-1, 6-1 would be the way to do it. Anyway, Scott's going to come in here as well. And yep, he's looked a little bit dead here too. But I think it's not a bad time to get Mixel Wirtz in here for Paddy Horn. And we'll leave Yeppy out there just to run the show as well. And Wirtz can come in back in line. If they score now, though, it's never going to be easy. Ortiz heads away. Frank, we're good on the break. We got numbers on the break here too. Frank is quick. He might just go himself here because he's so quick. He's got numbers with him, though, in the box. Frank's still going. Gets to the byline. He looks for goals. Why, Frank? Got to cut that. Could have been 6-1 and tie over. A goal for them means it's tie on, really. In the end, why concede a fucking second? Because if we lose 3-0 in Germany now, it's all over, right? Why concede a second? 5-2 right at the death. Oh my God, are you serious? Look, don't get me wrong, I'll take 5-2. But just if we go get FM to lose 3-0 in Germany, we only have ourselves to fucking blame. Because we should not concede 2 goals here today. All we had to do is keep a clean sheet and this would be tie over. We've played exceptionally well. But to win 5-2 in a game that we've had 19 shots, 40 on target. Am I nitpicking here a little bit too much? Should I be just overly delighted that we won 5-2? No, I should be. But all of a sudden, you know, it's not out of the realms of possibility. They go in Germany, beat us 3-0, we don't score, and game over. It is what it is. I'm very pleased with the result. Look, 7 days. Let's go regroup. Let's go recap. Let's go make sure the boys are fit and firing. I think we go the same team that just played here, apart from Henderson and Sanchez as well. And we should get through this tie. However, the fact that they have scored late means if they win 3-0 in Germany, we are out. We probably need an away goal to force them to score 4. An away goal would be massive. 2 and we're through. And I think that's where we just have to go out there and do. Play the same system. Know if we score, especially if we score first, it's going to be very hard for Biro 4. If they go out there and get 1-0 at halftime, 2-0 at halftime, start the panic, boys, because the FMing is on. And we have history of losing in the first knockout rounds of European ties. Are we going to do the unthinkable and throw it away? We concede one late, creeps in a little bit of doubt, but we should, after a 5-2 win in the first leg, be full of confidence. Should is the key word. And go to Germany, do the job, and be through to the second round of the Europa League. Welcome back, YouTube. You've missed nothing. We've simmed 7 days. Players are rested for a couple. We look full strength. They obviously had the injuries that they had previously. Wang missed the first leg, could come in for the second leg. He's not bad. And obviously, they had Van Niel come out with knee ligaments, and he's going to probably miss this tie here as well, which is pretty good for us. Look, AJ said it in the chat. If they get the first goal, it becomes nervy because they only need 2 to send you out if they get it early. If we get the first goal, it looks like for them they have to score 4. So it's weird. If we win the game 5-1, we're not going out. They're not going to score 4 unanswered, I don't think. I think we can lose the game 3-0. I've seen it happen, and I've been in this position, and it's happened to me before on previous FMs. Second thing is, if they score first, all of a sudden, what do? Do you just sit back and try to absorb pressure? How early do they score the first? All the scenarios run through your head. So for me, it is a very easy decision. Sanchez comes back in. The rest stays the same. We go out there, we hunt the first goal. We play the same system. We hunt and we go. And it shouldn't be difficult, this one. This one really should just be crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and it should be game over. However, Football Manager doesn't work like that. They have 2 away goals. If they get the first, get ready for a nervous one. I predict a very nervous we lose 2-0 and then 2-0 up 75th minute, and then it's all about, do we get a goal, do we sit back, what do we do? I don't know. I'm hoping that we just go score first, Penna goes and scores 1 and it's game over, right? But who knows how it's going to go. Look, it's Munizaga, Tremble, Ortiz, Sanchez, Neff, Jefferson, Horn, Orbris, Yepi, Lars and Penna. We're 5-2 up. We should be confident. The boys, I know will be confident. Just me personally in the chat, we've seen it happen, so who knows? Anyhow, one change to our starting 11, like I mentioned. It is a very strong, if not the strongest 11 that we have possible to ourselves. It's going to be interesting to see how they lined up, if they made any real changes here as well. It looks like Pedro has come in for the injured player, which is all right. Apart from that, it looks the same team, really. We showed what we can do. Look, for us, it should just be about winning the game on the night, right? And if we do that, we win the tie. It should also be about us, defending really well and we win the game. So it should be what we do. Anyway, Dominic's still in there. I think Vulic played against us last time out. Yes, he did. Alex Stravo, yeah, he played. I think it's just Pedro that's come in. It's the only change, really. And on the bench, I reckon he was on the bench, wasn't he? Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know. Score predictions in the chat. I reckon they've made one change, obviously, due to the injury, and we should be okay. Look, I saw enough in the first meeting. We don't have to do anything different. He's quite not ready at the moment, Biho. He's not playing for me, really, again, and Jiao. Look, their form is woeful, and we should pile on the misery here, hopefully. However, that first goal is going to be crucial to how this tie goes. We, on the other hand, have barely lost games this year, and hopefully we go out there and do the job. AJ reckons we win 2-1 here away from home. I'll take that right now and run. If we do win, which we should do from 5-2 up, the draw is tomorrow for the second round. You will see that in this episode without me cutting it to the next little part. Anyway, Ortiz now. With the ball, looks for Jefferson. An early goal for us, and it's just relaxed time. Jefferson still going, beating people at will. Still going in the end, straight at the keeper, who makes no mistake. Good little highlight. And it's important that Byro 4 know that we're going to come at him just like we did in the first leg. I feel like the mistake would be for us to sit back and not play our football, because that would invite too much pressure. Anyway, James, good ball in, headed over the bar. If that one flies in, that's nervy time. That's where you're just going, okay, squeaky bum. But here you are. Anyway, look, the game as a whole is quite even. And if it stays like this, I'll back us to score, and I'll back us to not get, go out. They need to be 1-0 up at half-time, you think, to be in with a shot. Anyway, Ortiz, Eugene Neff, Horn now. He looks for Penna, looks slightly offside. Flag has stayed down here. Penna goes on the run. Good save from the keeper. And in the end, 28 minutes played. FM Streamer, good to see you. How are you? It is still 0-0. Munizaga now. Look, an away goal for us. It does make a difference because it means they need 4. But it should kill the tie. In the end, Jefferson picks it up. Good kick from Munizaga. He knows how to beat a man as Jefferson. Still going. Looks for the ball in. Penna heads. It's 1-0. The centre-back really should have done better. And with that goal, I think we've just put our name in the hat for the next round of the Europa League. And hopefully we get a good tie. In the end, 6-2 up on aggregate, 1-0 here. Look, it was all about them scoring the first goal. They haven't. Everyone relax. Everyone take a sigh, big deep breath. We should be home and hosed here. We should is the key word. Now, if they make it 1-1 before halftime, you never know. We're starting to dominate the game, though. I don't see how we let this go. And hopefully we'll be all right. Anyway, 40 minutes played. AJ's pretty happy with that in the chat. And off we go. All right, highlight right before kickoff, or before halftime, which I don't particularly like, but don't mind either. Anyway, Penner on the ball. Lars made a good run, ignored. Paddy finds Lars now in his feet. Looks for Raphael Albrecht. Those that are beat men. Back to Lars. Has options. Still going. Eugene Neff. What a ball to Jefferson. Should be 2. He's hit the post. And again, great ball by Eugene Neff. And in the end, it is 1-0 with 45 to play. They need 4, ladies and gentlemen. Bayer 04 need 4, and as things stand, we are through, barring a miraculous turnaround by them and an absolute capitulation by us. Pedersen now, good tackle that. Fools, well, they needed a moment of brilliance. It just came through Alexis. It's 1-1. They need 3.5. We've seen stranger things on Football Manager. A second for us kills it. It should be dead and buried anyway now, but the fact that's flown in, just everybody hold your horses. It's come very early. They needed probably to score in the first 5 minutes of the half. They have. We've had 19 shots, 9. We should score a second. We should. In the end, I'm staying as we are. We are going to look for a second ourselves, because that will probably kill the game. Eugene F's 1 yellow card away from suspension. Rather have him available, so Ibe comes out there as well. Jefferson looking a little bit worse for wear himself. Henderson for Ortiz is not a bad call either. I prefer the fresh legs. Look, they now need 3 inside 15 minutes. It should be okay. Depends on how this highlight goes. Depends what I do with Ortiz or Jefferson, really. Anyway, Paulinho, Unana. If they score now, Ortiz stays on. James now, ball in. It's over the bar. All right. For me, I think that's enough that Henderson can come in here for Ortiz. Oh, I've got one more change anyway. Yeah, Frank can come in. Done. All right. Changes maybe should be home and home. Home and hosed. 21 shots, 9 we've had, by the way, and we're 1-1 here. That's a bit crazy. In the end, we're being FM, the fact we're not winning this game. Time has ticked. Is there going to be a late highlight to say that we don't get FM'd? Or there is. Yeppy knows how to whip a ball in too, and he does. Henderson heads over. I tell you what, we're getting FM'd here that we have not won here in Germany. We could lose. That would be crazy if we lost. A pretty good performance from us, the fact that we just conceded. But look, 6-3 on aggregate, 1-1 here in Germany after blowing them away. It's good enough for me. Like, I'm not going to complain that we've drawn 1-1 here. You know, barring we scoring with 10 seconds left on the clock, which could happen if Penner gets going. Good challenge, I tell you what. Corner late doors for us to try and not be FM'd here. And we're going to lump it into the box instead of go short. That's not nice. Yeah, that's never going to end in the goal here. In the end, look, don't mind. It's irrelevant to me. The boys' confidence will still be up. We did exactly what we wanted to. We had 22 shots in Germany and we drew. That kind of just sums up what generally happens to us in Europe. A little bit FM that we have not done the job here. Paulie, thank you for the raid as we come in as we win overall. We drew 1-1 in Germany. We won 5-2 in home at Denmark. We are through to the second knockout round here in the Europa League. Pretty good job from ourselves, which is good. Lads, someone give a shout out to Paulie. What a legend. And yeah, look, apart from the fact that we just got absolutely FM'd, to not win, the fact that we just had 22 shots in Germany and drew 1-1, if we look past that, perfect performance from us. Absolutely perfect. We're into the second round. It's now just about seeing who we're going to get in this second round and seeing what happens here, because that's going to be important. It's going to be massive to see what happens here. Hopefully, we will be okay. Text message for coaching, get rid of that. All right, here we are. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. I think we can be okay. That is for sure. Let's hope that we get a good draw. As long as we're in the competition, we're right. I don't think that's going to happen. No. Lars is not going. All right, boys. Tomorrow is the day. Lars wants to go to Frankfurt. Well, guess what? Not happening, mate. All right. It is D-Day. It is draw day. Who are we going to get? Let's find out who's still left, because we really should have looked. But we also got the teams that finished top in the group now coming in as well. And who says there wasn't a couple of teams that finished top in the group that are weaker than the teams that were in this draw? The fact Juventus was in this draw is kind of just sums up who finished third in the group stage of the Champions League. Like, there were some tough groups this year. Anyway, we hope to be okay. We got FM'd in Germany, but apart from that, we're all right. Here we go, boys. Chelsea, Juve, SFB, and Feyenoord. Apparently, the teams that are put in. Right. There are 16 teams to go, and there's some big boys, and there's some boys that I'm eyeing off. We have Juve that we definitely don't want. Chelsea, who are definitely we don't want. They're probably the favourites, both of them, to win the competition. Sevilla would be an interesting tie. Berlin, I do not want. I do not want to face their star-studded side. I then see Salzburg from Austria. We've battled with them before. I wouldn't mind them. Rennes would be difficult, but not bad. Valencia, we played in the first knockout round 3 years ago. We've also played them in the Champions League. We have a very good record against them. Valencia, I would want, yes. Lazio, we knocked out in the same round 3 years ago in a penalty shootout. Feyenoord and Wolves and PSV. I want PSV, Salzburg, Feyenoord as the three teams I want. The three teams I definitely don't want are Berlin, Zebra, Chelsea. And then there is the teams like Sevilla, Rennes that I go, and there's teams like Lazio, Valencia, Zaragoza and Schalke. I'm like, okay. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. There's Vienna down the bottom here too. I wouldn't mind Vienna. Right. Who are we going to get? Someone give me a prediction. I also don't want Marseille, preferably. Or Wolves. But yet again, if I got those two instead of Zebra, Juve or Chelsea, I'd be like, all right. Knowing us, we're going to get Juventus. But let's see how we go. That's my guess, by the way. I'm guessing we get Juventus. I do not want to come out first either. All right, boys. Who are we getting? Someone give me a prediction. Someone give me a prediction. Come on, boys. Let's go. First out, Salzburg. This is where you want to see SFB. We really want to see SFB out right now. Come on, please. Away tie, Austria. Oh, please. Bago reckons Lazio. AJ reckons Valencia. And we get Zaragoza or Salzburg, which are two teams I did want. That's interesting, because if we make the next round, one of these two will still be in. Next out is Sevilla. We don't want them. Chelsea go out. Mwah. 1 down, 2 to go out of the big boys. Next is Schalke. I wouldn't mind. Valencia, another one of the teams I didn't really want, goes out, but it's not Berlin or Zebra. Berlin, we do not want to see SFB. Please no SFB. Rennes, that's not bad. Well, we've got a chance of getting Zebra, but after Juventus, it's not bad for us. PSV, I wouldn't mind. Marseille, that's okay, but Juve are still there. Vienna, please SFB. It's Lazio, oh God. We have a 1 in 3 of getting Juventus. SFB, if this is Juventus, we scream. If this is Juventus, we scream. If this is Juventus, we scream. It's going to be Juve, isn't it? It's going to be Juventus. Oh, it's going to be Juve. Don't do it to me. Please, this is my last real chance to win this competition. Why would you give me Juventus for? Oh, we pray for Feyenoord. We pray for Feyenoord, and if it's Wolves, we bless our souls too. It's a 2-in-1 that we don't get Juve, but I'm telling you, the way this game's programmed and knowing that it's me, we're getting Juve 100% out of 100% here. Oh, boy. Oh, baby. Who's ready? I don't want to look. 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 Is it clicking? I'm going to click again. I don't want to look. I'm scared. It's gonna be Juve. It's final, yes! The dream. Oh. Whew. Cheeky dog. You must be wondering what's going on. That, I tell you, is run good, not run bad. Wow. Oh, the dream. If we got Juve then, I would have screamed. Juve get Wolves, we get Feyenoord. Oh my God, that is not what we wanted to see. We got to play at home first, but I tell you what, we got Dutch opposition, that ain't bad. Feyenoord are currently doing what in the Eredivisie? What are they currently doing in the Eredivisie, Feyenoord? Oh, that was not good. They're top. Good luck to them. Look, they're top. I have played PSV and Ajax before. Feyenoord, I think it's the first time we've played them. I tell you what, on paper, that is a very, 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 very good draw. That is a very, very good draw. It could have been dangerous. It was dangerous. We had a 1 in 3 of Juve. We had a 2 in 3 of Wolves or Feyenoord. We had a 1 in 3 and definitely getting a great tie in Feyenoord. And we have got Feyenoord. That is good. Put a 1 in chat. You thought I was getting Juve. I'm spamming 1 because this is how the saves go on this channel. That we would have got Juventus there, and it would have been all about, can we knock out Juve? And then we would have got Chelsea. Can we knock out Chelsea? And then we would have got bloody like Hertha Berlin in the final. Right? In the end, we get Feyenoord. Good. That is very good to get Feyenoord. I'll see you next episode. We have got 2 games against Dutch opposition. Home first, away second. I hate playing at home first. However, we know if we go there and do what we just did against Bayer 04, we'll win this tie and we will make it to the quarterfinal for the second time in 2 successive attempts in the Europa League. Unlike 3 years ago, this squad is capable, boys. It's capable of really going deep. Do you dare believe? Find out if we can believe more after next episode. See you then. Thank you and goodbye.